EAFC 25 has introduced brand new player roles and focuses. This update covers players who have a new position, role, focus, along with the updated changes to their monthly development plans. So please note that this is an update for the new roles and focuses. And if at some point you have no idea what I'm talking about in this video, I highly recommend you watching Volume 1 and Volume 3, where I go into greater detail about everything we cover on this video. You can find the link to both those videos in the video description or at the end of this video. Timestamps for this video will be added after we hit 50 likes. Speaking of likes, make sure you give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. If you're a Barça fan, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're trying to build the greatest Barça gaming channel out there. Okay, so let's get started. At Lewandowski, as you can see, I've highlighted the updates applied. For example, for Lou, his third role as a Poacher Plus remains, but his focus has been updated to support. Raphinha, under his secondary role, his focus has been updated to build-up. Please note that when only the focus changes, there's no need to update their monthly development plans. Those are based on the roles, not focus. Dani Olmo, his primary role has changed to a Classic 10, which does directly impact his monthly development plan, for this is a change in his role. Pedri, for Pedri, we've updated 3 of his roles. And just a friendly reminder, every player can only have 3 roles with a plus and 1 role with a plus, which is always their primary role. Giving a plus to a secondary role would remove the plus from the primary role. In this example of Pedri, box-to-box plus would be downgraded to a single plus if we were to give a plus elsewhere. Marc Casado. For Casado and some other players, I am aware that the base formation in Volume 1 does not include any CDMs, but that is explained in Volume 1. And you'd never know if I might make a supplement base formation with a single pivot system, so that's why I have included CDM in his secondary position. Marc Bernal, almost identical to Marc Casado in terms of roles and focus. However, Marc Bernal has an option for build-up as a secondary position focus. Although Hansi Flick hasn't used them in this way yet, he excelled as a single pivot in La Masia with the ability to also move forward. And it's a shame he got injured, otherwise we might have been able to see a little bit of this during the current season. Kounde, not much has changed, but we've added support as a focus for his primary role. Inigo Martinez, this is not a typo. Both his primary roles are ball-playing defender. I prioritize his focus on defend over build-up because Hansi Flick has used him more in that way. Pau Cubarsi, again, this is not a typo. Both his primary positions are listed as ball-playing defender. The thing about Cubarsi, he's actually one of the most complete defenders out there. While it's easy to label him as a build-up player, he offers much more than that. Under Hansi Flick, I have prioritized his aggressiveness over his build-up ability, but both are essential to his game. His Defender Plus role isn't rotated intentionally. It's covered under Balanced Monthly Development Plan, which is ideal for somebody that young of his age, which will develop him more towards his versatility. Ter Stegen. Similarly, this is not a typo. His primary roles are sweeper keeper, but his primary focus is now build-up. No, he does not have 2++ roles, only the focus has changed, not the roles. Fermin Lopez, I've updated his primary role and highlighted his third role, adding roaming because he tends to move all around the pitch just like Raphinha. Frenkie de Jong, his secondary role has been updated. A 5th role as a Classic 10 has been added. However, this wasn't included in his monthly development plan because Hansi Flick has rarely used them in this role. I think he's only actually used them in this role in the game against Dortmund. But if you do see him play this role more often, feel free to add at least 1 month as a Classic 10 to his monthly development plan. Ronald Araujo, I've updated his primary role. In Volume 1, I avoided making him a stopper due to his limitations as a ball-playing defender. However, after further analysis, I realized his primary function is to disrupt rather than focus on build-up. It's more realistic to emphasize his aggression and make him a stopper, so he's more of a destroyer than an actual build-up player. He's not going to be coming out for build-up, he's going to be coming out for aggressively to steal the ball. Pablo Torre, he received 3 updates, all related to focus, so no changes were made to his monthly plan. Sergi Dominguez, he received an update on his third role, corrected his third position from a left back to a right back. I originally got that wrong. Thank you very much to one of our moderators, Fireflame, for catching that. Andres Cuenca, similar to Dominguez, I also got his third position wrong. So that was changed to left back instead of right back. Noah Darvich. I've updated his first role to focus on build-up. Also, just so you guys know, he has now been created and he's available in the playlist along with the other La Masia players in the video description. Unai Hernandez, also already available. His secondary role was updated to include Classic number 10, which also requires an update to his monthly development plan. Additionally, his new plan now specifies 2 months to his primary role due to the variety of roles that he plays. You don't want to stagnate him too much when a player has multiple roles. Pau Prim, while his secondary role was updated, the changes only affected his focus, so there were no updates to his monthly development plan. For Ruben Lopez, the only changes for him were the updates to his first and primary role. Juan Hernandez, major updates for Juan. I really got the information on him wrong on volume 1 and 3, so make sure you don't use that information for Juan Hernandez. Make sure you use this information. This is the correct role, focus, and positions for Juan Hernandez. Aziz Issah, he was also done incorrectly in volume 1 and 3, so here are the correct roles and positions, which includes the monthly plan. Dani Rodriguez, I did a lot of extra research on Dani, so we applied the updates to all his major roles and focuses. Oscar Gistau. I have added Oscar due to popular demand, so this is actually not an upgrade from volume 1 or 3, he was not in it. Under Astralaga. For him, everything pretty much stays the same, except for the update on his focus. Same thing goes for Aaron, everything pretty much stays the same. The only thing that's been updated is his primary focus. Alright folks, so that covers the updates. For a full breakdown for the players that are not in this video, you need to watch volume 1 and volume 3 of the Hansi Flick Tactics series. Both videos now include timestamps, so you can easily click on the player that you want to set up correctly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And a special thanks to the mods and the members. For all other players that we did not cover in this video, make sure you check out volume 1 that's on the lower left and volume 3 that it's on the lower right. And if you want players to play to their max abilities as they do so in real life, make sure you check out volume 2 on the upper right where we develop the coaching staff that boosts these specific attributes. So until the next one, take care guys and have a good one.